Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay is said to invest in clean and sustainable source of energy as an alternative source of power and electricity, and will soon adopt initiatives from Japan's alternative energy program in the province. During the said training, Rubia shared Albay's plan on venturing on alternative sources of energy and continuously worked on an action plan focusing on one of the preliminary stages of the program, which is the funding support and linkages. Said benchmarking and training program is also part of the province's initiatives and preparation for the upcoming Energy Summit next month and Renewable Energy Investment Summit in September in partnership with the Philippine Movement for Climate Justice, PMCJ. In other story, the Provincial Health Office PHO is set to start the simultaneous school-based immunization SBI program in September. The SBI is set for 2 months after the opening of classes, as confirmed by the Provincial National Immunization Program NIP Coordinator Mark Gumba, following the recent consultation meeting with the World Health Organization WHO consultant Dr. Tadize Beru. Representatives from the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development, DOH Bicol CHD, and the Department of Education Albay Schools Division. The SBI program continuation is pursuant to the DOH Memorandum Order number 2024-0250, also known as the Interim Guidelines on the Resumption of School-Based Immunization after the COVID-19 pandemic. Gumba said programs like SBI is now being pushed for because of the observable increase of vaccine-preventable diseases, VPD, cases, in particularly on cervical cancer, which rose to more than 6,000 Filipino women annually, with 2,800 deaths each year, mostly diagnosed in late stages, according to the recent ICO Information Center Philippines summary report of the University of the Philippines, Philippine General Hospital, UP-PGH. Gumba also shared that they are set to receive vaccines for measles, rubella, tetanus, and diphtheria for their routine immunization this week. In the national scene, according to Pag-asa, Typhoon Karina is strengthened into a super typhoon on Wednesday afternoon. At 4 p.m., Karina was seen 380 kilometers north of Itbayat, Batanes, and was bringing with maximum sustained winds of 185 kilometers per hour and gusts as high as 230 kilometers per hour, according to the Weather Service. According to the report, Karina's typhoon force winds were reaching 700 kilometers out from its core. Batanes had tropical cyclone wind signal number 1, which was also in effect over islands of Babuyan, part of the Cagayan mainland located in the north. Claveria, Santa Praxedes, Sanchez Mayra, Pamplona, Abulog, Ballesteros, Apari, Camalanyugan, Bagay, Santa Teresita, Santa Ana, Gonzaga, and Ilocos Norte's north or northern region, Burgos, Bangi, Pagudpod, and Dumalneg. According to Pag-asa, Karina is still strengthening the southwest monsoon, which will result in moderate to heavy rainfall in several areas of western Luzon. The Weather Service predicts that on Wednesday night, Karina will make landfall across the northern part of Taiwan. And Thursday morning, the super typhoon will pass over Taiwan and leave the Philippine Area of Responsibility, PAR. In other story, as of 6 p.m., the La Mesa Dam in Quezon City has reached a spell level of 80.16 meters Wednesday night as a result of the southwest monsoon's increasing activity, which caused persistent showers. According to Weather Bureau Pag-asa, if the elevation of La Mesa Dam reaches 80.15 meters excess, floodwaters will overflow and affect low-lying areas such as Fairview, Forest Hill Subdivision, Quirino Highway, Santa Quiteria, and San Bartolome in Quezon City, Barangay Ligon North Expressway, La Huerta Subdivision in Valenzuela, and Malabon. Due to the possibility of significant flooding in places that are prone to flooding, the Meteorological Bureau has also issued a red rainfall warning for Metro Manila, Rizal, Bataan, Zambales, Bulacan, and Pampanga as of 5 p.m. As of 5 p.m. yesterday, the Quezon City local government reported that it had evacuated 12,220 families, or 41,685 people. In other news, shortly after Metro Manila Council MMC declared a state of calamity due to the devastating effects of Super Typhoon Karina and the southwest monsoon, the Department of Trade and Industry (DTI) implemented a price freeze on essentials in the National Capital Region. During the state of calamity, the prices will remain frozen to ensure the availability of necessities and keep an eye on the situation. The DTI said it is actively collaborating with NCR region. And in the news outside the country, all 18 people on board were murdered when a passenger plane crashed on a takeoff in Kathmandu on Wednesday. The pilot was saved from the flaming wreckage, according to the authorities in the Nepali capital, who spoke to the AFP. Nepal's aviation safety record is appalling over the years. The Himalayan nation has experienced a number of fatal light aircraft and helicopter incidents. 17 employees and 2 crew members were on board the Saurya Airlines aircraft, a spokeswoman for the Nepali police told AFP. And finally, in the news outside the country, in one of the first nationwide presidential surveys after U.S. President Joe Biden halted his reflection campaign or re-election campaign, Vice President Kamala Harris is just defeating challenger Donald Trump by a tiny margin. Based on the Reuters Ipsos poll, Harris leads Trump by 2 points, 44% to 42%, and was held in the 2 days following Biden's announcement on Sunday that he was withdrawing from the race and supporting his vice presidential nominee. In the poll conducted last week before Trump, who is currently leading the presidential contest at 78 years old, and Harris, who is now 59, were tied at 44%. In a different poll issued on Tuesday, Harris, the overwhelming favorite for the Democratic candidacy and recipient of numerous endorsements, money, and committed delegates, narrowly trails Trump, the nominee of the Republican Party. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, July 25, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, LJ Lurejo. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. And of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Greg Hallare. I'm Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.